SSL round of 16 groups, of course, formerly known as ASL. We're going into the round of 16 starting this next week. Very excited about it. I know it takes a long time. It was, group selection 1 week and then Chuseok, the Korean Thanksgiving, the week after that. So let's take a look at these groups. Group A, we have Seolki, C, Rush, JYJ. Group B, we have Hero, Barracks, Jaedong, Bisoo. Group C, we have Snow, Speed, Rain, Mini. Group D, we have Sharp, Stork, Royal, Light. Okay, so if you want to see exactly how these got picked, we did get everything translated by the wonderful Ziggy. It is on Afrika TV's YouTube channels, like where you normally see the cast, so you can definitely go there and check that out. But just my very first glance, Group C looks to me to be a group of death. Group D looks ridiculous. Group B looks ridiculous. Even Group A is ridiculous. This is actually kind of insane, right? So let's first just talk about which players are actually weak in this tournament, right? So the weakest players in this tournament, well, it makes sense, right? Because you get the group leaders, and then they always pick a weak player to start, right? But sometimes that'll get switched around. So it's C, Barracks, Speed, and Stork are obviously the players that everyone kind of viewed as the easy pickups, right? But that's kind of crazy. If you see how stacked this is, like C, I kind of agree with. Speed is in very good shape. Barracks has been getting to more round of 16s lately. Stork actually maybe looked like the best Protoss in the previous round, but historically he hasn't been as good lately. So not super duper surprised, especially considering it's Sharp and there wasn't any other better choices than this. It was either a hardcore TVT, and he got the wheel pick as well, right? So Group D gets the wheel pick where he gets to pick again, and he picked Royal up right away, which I actually can't blame him for that either. If you look at everyone else that's left, I think Sharp in general, not that great against Jaedong. Rain and Mini both are, very, very scary, although I could have seen something like that as well. But yeah, and then you look at this, it's like two of the best performing Terrans. Very, very tough. So anyways, taking a look, like C is probably the weakest overall player, so not a big surprise that Seolki has him. To finish off the group, Rush and JYJ. So Seolki has given himself just one matchup to work with. Now, Seolki has actually been so strong in this matchup, people are starting to cheese a lot. And he's really good against cheese. I'm looking at this group, and this is insane too, because JYJ is at least as good as Light at SK Terran, right? Just straight up Marine Medic Science Vessel macro games. He is as good or better than everyone in the world at that. And I've said historically for a very long time, Light is as good at SK Terran as Flash is. Flash is not better at specifically the SK Terran strategy than Light. It's a purely mechanical type of thing. Yeah, there's some decision making there too, but it's mostly just, can you macro this really well and irradiate everything? So that is an incredibly hard player for Seolki to end up playing against. That's a tough one right there. Rush is obviously Rush. He's like been the most consistently strong Terran in ASL for the last 6-7 seasons, something like that. And he's in pretty good shape as well. Now, very scary group. I favor Seolki greatly in this group. I think Seolki's going to get out of this group no problem. I can see a world in which JYJ could beat Seolki. It's definitely one of these two. If C gets out of this group, man, it is the craziest upsets you've ever seen in your life. Like, that would be insane. So I'm going to go with Seolki here, and I'm actually going to go... I can't even decide between these two. These two occupy almost the same spot in my head in Terran versus Terran. They're kind of similar. They're both really good at it, and that's it. That's all there is to it. All right, Group B. Hero, Barracks, Jaedong, Bisoo. That is a fucking crazy group. That the stadium is going to be completely packed when they play. Because it's like, okay, Hero, yeah, he's a pretty big draw. But you have literally Jaedong versus Bisoo. Literally the best CVP historically that you could get. So an unbelievable matchup. Unbelievable matchup, Jaedong versus Bisoo. Jaedong, of course, is the only Zerg player who got out of his group in the previous round. Right? Zergs didn't have big representation, and then they fell flat on their faces. Like Queen screwed up, right? The Zergs just didn't have a good time. Action messed up. So Jaedong was the only Zerg strong enough to advance. Sulky and Hero have seeds from last season. They haven't played this season yet, right? They're seeded in, and I think everyone agrees they're the best 2 Zergs in the world. It's really clear. Hero is, Sulky has won 2 ASLs in a row. Hero is the most consistent ASL player, bar none. Bar none. He is the most consistent. He's in round of 4 almost every single season. So, obviously they're killers, but Jaedong is in really good shape. I've been watching some extra Jaedong games lately and casting a little bit of him for my YouTube channel, and so he's in very good shape. Bisu has been in excellent shape for like 4 seasons in a row now, where I've been like quietly sitting there waiting for Bisu to maybe win an ASL. Like, he doesn't, his peak strength is good enough to win. Okay, so that is a crazy match. And then this is hilarious because Barracks gets great build orders. Flash has given him build orders in the past that have upset groups in ASL. That is actually something that has occurred. And he's got 400 APM, right? He's the fastest player that's in ASL or SSL. So, like, you don't know. This guy's a fucking wild card here. Anything can happen in this group. This is an insane group. I don't even know what the group of death is, man. People normally say it's Group D. Honestly, I don't know about that. Like, this group's crazy. Barracks is undervalued right now. If there was like fantasy picking, he'd be a great pick right now because everyone's kind of sleeping on him, including myself. But his consistency is there. And his speed is there. And that's one of the things that it's harder to teach the type of speed that he has than it is to teach what to do with that speed. All right, Group C, Snow Speed Rain Mini. It's such a stupid group. There's so much power in this group. It's so stupid. Somehow Snow will lose here. Rain and Mini to advance is my guess. Yeah, what's up, Coder? Good to see you. The Rain is the best PvP player in the history of the game. That KSL season where it was like 8 Protosses, dude, he got the bad build order almost every time and just smashed everyone anyways. He's absolute madness when he's in shape PvP. Absolute madness. Mini is so wild. That is actually going to be a great match. Except if they play on Dominator. Speed is just fucking roasted here. Like, you remember last season, there was that highlight reel of the Reaver killing a Terran player? That was Snow versus Speed. Poor Speed, man. Snow picks him up immediately. Yeah, I think Speed has, like, 0 chance here, which is too bad because I really like him. He's been training, like, his ass off. He's in really excellent shape. He's probably played more games than everyone else in here. And he is very good and he's got his own style. So, like, I'm hoping he can do something, but these are literally the 3 Protoss killers. Like, like, the champion could be one of those 3 Protosses and no one would blink about it. What a crazy group that is. Then we got Group D. Sharp, Stork, Royal, Light. This is actually, I'm getting some chills looking at this group, okay? And it's not because of the TVTs. This group has a lot of interesting things going on, okay? First off, Royal, I don't watch many Royal TVTs anymore. There was a period where I was studying him heavily. He was very into gasless expansions for a long time. Light is someone that gasless expand isn't going to get you a free win against. Okay? Stork looked like the best player in the previous round. Okay? When I was commentating that last group with Tasis, I'm just like, oh my god. Like, this is... Because we're so ready for Stork to just be kind of middle of the road. Like, he makes it into ASL and then doesn't play up to the same level as a lot of the other players. But Stork legitimately looked like his old self. He looked like he had no weak points. His nickname is literally something stupid like the Commander-in-Chief of no weak points, but he hasn't looked like that since StarCraft 1 days in like 2008, 2009. But he looked unbelievable, and now you give him a group full of Terrans, which is what he looked unbelievable in. If he can put out that same level of play, if he can play the most sturdy-ass Protoss play, maybe he gets out of this group. Here's the thing. Light underperforms. Okay? Royal, out of all the big Terrans, might be the weakest in Terran versus Protoss, in my opinion. I think that he is incredibly dangerous against Zerg. The season that he won, he didn't play a single Protoss player, and most of his games were very aggressive builds against Zergs. I watch and cast a lot of his Terran versus Protoss still, and the way he plays, I don't think is that good. So I think Stork would beat Royal in this group. Stork, I think, could beat Light. I actually think Sharp is the hardest match for Stork in this group by far, because Sharp just finds ways to get vultures in, and as soon as he does that, you're fucked. Like, that's his whole strategy. Now, talking about Terran versus Terran here, Sharp's TVT looks the ugliest out of these three Terrans. But he has one of the highest TVT win rates in the world. He's actually just knows how to win TVT. I think Sharp and Stork are coming out of this group, and that would be the greatest. In my opinion, they are two of the most exciting players in this round of 16. So, looking back, right? So, 100% I'm going with Sulky. Out of these two, I give like a little edge to JYJ is where my brain's at, because I think JYJ has a higher percentage chance of killing Sulky. But these two against each other looks like a very close match for me. C, I give less than 1% to get out of this group. All right, look in this group. Got to go with Hero. I honestly don't know. I don't know, because here's the thing. All three of these guys can beat Hero. Everyone here can beat each other. What a this is going to be the most exciting group, I think. Like, just looking at what the groups look like. Well, yeah, this has all three races, and that's the only group with all three races. Oh my God, I didn't even realize that. But it honestly, just the names in it, it looks so exciting. That is such a hard group to predict. Down here, I think it's going to be Rain 100% getting out. Maybe Rain and Snow or something. But, like, you know, Snow under-delivers in ASL sometimes, so maybe Mini takes him out. And then, as I said, I'm going with Sharp and Stork over here, even though that sounds kind of crazy, as these two are both champions. That is an insane lineup. That is an insane lineup. And it's going to be... My favorite part about this is that Tasteless is going to have to cast a ton of TVTs in two different groups. So that's going to be the best part of the round of 16 for me personally, is having Tasteless ask me about battle cruisers in Terran vs. Terran. So make sure you guys tune into that. Yeah, and that is, as you can see, I'm recording this right now in a few days, you know, 3, 4, I guess in 5 days probably, or, well, no, from the time you watch this video, probably 4 days later, you'll be able to watch Group A over on the Freaka TV YouTube channel. All right, there you go. That's the review of the round of 16.